3, 2, 1. It's go time. Welcome to the show. It's go time. This is the ultimate podcast for salespeople, sales managers, and entrepreneurs who are in the trenches, looking to increase their confidence out in the field, looking to increase their income and business. This is the podcast for you. And I'm your host, Pat Holder. This is episode number 7, and this is going to be the last habit here we have on this series on the $1 Million Sales Habit series. Okay, and we got a doozy here for you. This one's on persistence. Maybe save the best for last. So, persistence definition is firm or obstinate continuous in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. Straight from Oxford Dictionary. So we have a quote every single episode. All right, we're going right to the book here, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He's got an entire chapter on this topic, persistence. I recommend you go buy the book, read the whole chapter, but basically read the whole book, cover to cover, and then read it again, cover to cover. Just like last episode, when you're reading, you want to study it as if it's a textbook. And this is an awesome book to study like a textbook. All right, we're going right here to page 111 at the top of the chapter, persistence. Persistence is an essential factor in the procedure of transmuting desire into its monetary equivalent. The basis of persistence is the power of will. Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. Goes on to say, the majority of people are ready to throw their aims and purposes overboard and give up at the first sign of opposition or misfortune. I've been there, done that. A few carry on despite all opposition until they attain their goal. These few are the Fords, the Carnegies, the Rockefellers, the Edisons. There may be no heroic connotation to the word persistence, but the quality is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. That's amazing. There may be no heroic connotation to the word persistence. Oh, I love him or her because he's persistent. Yeah, it's not sexy, all right? But it's a critical aspect of your life and in your business. Anything that you've ever gotten in your life, whether it be your partner, your job, an income level, a storage level, a net worth level, a physical situation, whether you're going to the gym or not, what have you, it's because of persistence you got there. This is a critical piece to your life, and you cannot get to the level that you want to get to unless you have this one critical piece called persistence, and it is a habit. At the end of the day, persistence means don't quit, right? Set your target, set your intention, and don't quit. Keep on attacking, keep reinforcing that attack until you hit that target. This is the secret sauce right here. Okay. If you want the secret sauce, this is it. Now, if you're looking for an income target, if you're looking for a net worth target, right? If you're looking for I want to retire by 30, retire by 35, retire by 40, whatever it is, maybe you're 50, retire by 55, retire by 60, whatever it is. Okay. Continue to persist no matter what the landscape in your life or in your business looks like. Okay, that's where the magic happens. Isn't it interesting when you're talking about your day or talking about your week, talking about your month, talking about your year or your quarter or your life, right around the time that you want to quit, right around the time that you want to stop, but you keep persisting, you keep moving forward, that's when the magic happens. For me, it's very hard to explain, but holy moly, that's just don't quit and you win. That's the main deal. Persist until the job is done. Persist until you've hit your target. Keep going until you've hit your standard. Okay, what is your standard that you've set for yourself every single day and every single week? Now, if you want a quality that'll put you in the top 5% or higher in your company, in your business, and in your industry, this is it right here. Combined with the other ones that we've talked about on previous episodes. If you haven't listened to those, go back and listen to them. Then come on back. And if you've done that, welcome back. Now, this is the quality that's going to put you in the top 5% of the field, okay? I've seen it in myself and I've seen it in others. It is just so easy to quit. Quitting is accepted like It's commonplace in our society these days. Playing hooky. Oh, I'm playing hooky today. It's like you're getting high fives from people. That doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I was that guy at one point in time. I'm not sitting here and saying I wasn't. I was like, man, as little as I can do, that I'm going to do, because I wasn't persisting. I didn't have a target. I wasn't consistent. I wasn't doing all these things that we're talking about in the $1 million sales habit. I definitely wasn't sticking to a schedule. I definitely wasn't writing down my goals or targets. I didn't even have a target. But you need to write down your target, right? If you haven't done your goal card, go back and listen to that episode and write down what your goal is and persist until you attain it. Okay. Now, because quitting is accepted in our society, cutting out early is accepted. And you should not accept that. It doesn't matter about society. Who cares about that? Okay. But it's between you and you, as Ray Lewis says, okay, Hall of Famer linebacker. It is between you and you. And you need to make sure that you don't quit when the going gets tough. Okay. That's the entire chapter on what Napoleon Hill is talking about. We must eliminate this from our vocabulary. And that's, I'll get it next week. I'll get it tomorrow, right? I'll do it later. Okay. That is, it'll just work out for me next week anyways. Oh no, that is you and I not persisting. So we must make this a habit. Right? If persistence is not a habit for you, you've been persistent in something in your life, just take a look back. You've been persistent, whether it's getting your partner, whether it's getting that job. One of my first jobs out of college is like, dude, I picked up the phone and I called the guy 100 times, not 100 times, probably like 15 times. That was very uncomfortable for me. But I knew it was a cold calling sales role and I knew he would respect that. And so I just kept calling and go to voicemail. I'd shoot him a text. And then one day he picked up the phone and he said, hey, what's going on? And he's like, can you come in? Just come in. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. And and I'm so glad that happened the way it did, but you persist and you win. You persist and you win. So we must eliminate this vocabulary here is that we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it later. We're going to do it next week. Okay. Because that's a disease, that's a cancer, and that's a habit as well. It's a procrastination habit. So we must persist. So if we don't persist, right? Here's some examples of not persisting. Have you ever had this kind of vocabulary with yourself or other people like this? Is I wish I would have, and then fill in the blank. I wish I would have taken that more seriously. I wish I would have learned to play guitar, right? I wish I would have learned another language. I wish I would have stayed in sales. I wish I would have tried sales. I wish I didn't screw around as much. On and on and on. What are all those? That is a form of regret. Okay, I've got a lot of those in my life as well, working on them today. But all those are regret. The opposite of persistence is regret, right? I know when I don't finish my day properly. I know when I don't finish my week properly. I know when I don't finish my quarter properly. I'm talking about sales, whether I quit or boogie out early because I know nobody will know. I always have a little bit of regret. And so what aspects of your life are we not persisting in right now? Okay, now we're talking about sales. Okay, we're talking about helping people put your product in their hands, but you cannot quit on your target. You cannot quit on your week. You must persist. And here's the thing is you will never regret persisting. You'll never regret. I'm so glad that I stuck it out. Even if you didn't, you're going an extra day, you didn't hit your target in your first 5 days of work and you're putting in an extra day on Saturday. Hey, high five to you. I love you, brother. I love you, sister, if you're doing that. Okay. Cause that's what you got to do sometimes, but you'll never regret persisting. Even if you don't sell anything that day, you still put the effort forward. You still went the extra mile for yourself, and you're never going to regret persisting. You're never going to regret going the extra mile. You're never going to regret staying until the job is done. You're never going to regret persisting until you hit your target. If you want to live with less regret, less stress, and less money problems, throw in persistence into who you are and as a core individual. Like if you want to live with more sense of accomplishment, persist. If you want to live with more fulfillment, persist. Keep going. Don't stop. If you want more confidence, if you want more swagger, if you want more self-worth, I know for me, a lot of times when that gets downgraded, when I start beating myself up, you may be feeling this right now too, is it's because I didn't persist. right? It's because I didn't keep going. It's because I didn't get started sometimes. So we must persist. We must keep going when the going gets tough. We must persist. We must keep going when our cold streak continues. So I'm doing all these things that you told me to do, Pat. I'm being consistent in my schedule. I'm being all these $1 million sales habits. I'm doing it. But when we can persist, right? Don't just try it. We must persist, because I know sometimes when I have a cold streak and then I get back on track and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And then it doesn't happen. Then it doesn't happen. Then it doesn't happen. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gassed. I'm beat up. I'm tired. I know if I leave now, I can catch the football game, or I can go hang out with the friends or whatever. And when the cold streak and the adversity continues, that's your magic moment to persist. That is your magic moment to keep going. That is your magic moment to flip that switch in your mind and say, you know what? I'm going to make it happen anyways. And when you flip that magic switch that you have innately in you, magic happens. It might not be the next door that you knock on. It might not be the next client that you sit down with. It might not be the next person that shows up at your car lot. And it may take a couple more people, but persist. Continue to show up with the highest version of yourself and persist and watch what happens. You will win. You just don't know when and you don't know where. That's the kind of screwed up part about sales. But if you zoom out with a lens, you will win at some point in time, whether it's the next day, whether it's 2 days from now. And it's most likely going to be within the next couple of prospects that you talk to. And then your cold streak is over and you're back on track. Now, do not divert from these sales habits that we've talked about. Continue to reinforce these, right? This is a habit. Persistence is a habit. Sticking to a schedule, regardless of outside forces, is a habit. Consistency is a habit. Being sold, continuing to sell yourself on why it's important to continue to do what you do, that's important, and that's a habit. These are things that take time to groove in and just keep moving forward. Right? What does Earl Nightingale say? Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So what's your worthy ideal? What are you going towards? And just keep moving forward. Keep persisting. Okay? And before you know it, the conditions of your life and the conditions of your business will improve drastically. That's it. Right? Persistence is the icing on the cake. If you do not quit, you will hit that target. It might not be as fast as you want it to. It could be way quicker than you think it could too, but it might not be as fast as you'd like it to. But when you persist, it reinforces that you persist. When you persist, it tells the universe that thing, hey, I'm not going to quit. So, and then all of a sudden the sales gods just throw some amazing people in front of you. So persist and magic happens. Do not quit. Continue to go the extra mile. Continue to reinforce these habits into your business, into your life, and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things will continue to happen. Do not start tomorrow. Do not start next week. And it's not a monumental thing that you got to be like, all right, now I'm going to be a superhuman all of a sudden. No. Hey, just keep reinforcing these time after time after time. You jump off the train, you quit early. That's okay. You know what? I still got your back. I'm still in your corner. Figure out why you quit early, or you stopped on that prospect a little early, or whatever. Continue to persist. Okay. Get back on the horse. Continue to persist. Keep on going. I love every single person that's listening to this podcast. Thank you so much. I respect you for doing what you're doing. If you got anybody who's looking to get in sales and a little scared, show them this podcast. If you're in sales right now, or if you know of anybody in sales that is thinking about quitting, tell them don't jump. Don't do it. Stay in. Stay in, baby. Okay, you know the 9 to 5 don't work. All right, show them this podcast, okay? So continue to reinforce these habits over and over and over again, and look what you'll do in 3 months. Look what you're going to do in 6 months. Look what you're going to do in a year, and in 5 years, you're going to be a completely different human being to yourself. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, look how far I've come. But it starts with the decision. I'm going to make this happen. It starts with the decision is I'm not going to quit no matter what. Now, that in Navy SEALs, they go through BUDS training. It has like a 80 to 90% of all people that go through it quit. And they can never know who's going to make it. But it's the ones that persist. It's the ones that don't quit. And they come in all different shapes and sizes. And so when you continue to persist, you're going to win too. I'm in your corner. I'm Pat Holder, and it's go time.